Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At Acasis, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com. Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. From gourmet snacks to unique finds, each box is tailored to your taste. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. We are Rogue Media Sports.
Welcome in. It is the Cam Show on Rogue Media Sports Network. Happy Friday to you. We have made it to the end of the week and the two best sports days of the year. the first 2 days of the NCAA tournament, although we had all chalk yesterday. If I'm going what I think it was like 14-2 yesterday, if I'm doing that, then that's too much chalk. It wasn't a good day for upsets, and I'm hoping today is the day. My Baylor Bears would technically need to pull off an upset in the 9 versus 8. I'm Cam Stewart, your host. Zach Burke keeps us on the air every day. We are live here on YouTube every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts, with the segments going out on YouTube as well. So if you're looking for anything Boston sports, welcome in. It is the Cam Show on Rogue Media Sports Network. Happy Friday to you. We have made it to the end of the week and the 2 best sports days of the year, the first 2 days of the NCAA tournament, although we had all chalk yesterday. If I'm going what I think it was like 14-2 yesterday, if I'm doing that, then that's too much chalk. It wasn't a good day for upsets, and I'm hoping today is the day. My Baylor Bears would technically need to pull off an upset in the 9 versus 8. I'm Cam Stewart, your host. Zach Burke keeps us on the air every day. We are live here on YouTube every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts, with the segments going out on YouTube as well. So if you're looking for anything Boston sports, it's right here on this channel. Today we are talking Celtics. We're talking the sale here. And actually why I've pivoted just a little bit on the sale of this team, and also what that could mean for another NBA market. Actually, very interesting add-on story to this potential Celtics sale. And Stephon Diggs. Are the Patriots actually interested? Have the Patriots been lying to us this whole time? Yes, they have. We will tell you about it coming up on The Cam Show. Starting with the sale of the Celtics. It's never a good thing when you have the same question the day before the reported Celtics sale as you have the day after the Celtics sale. And that question is, what the hell is going on with the Celtics sale? Right? It felt like it took a long time, and then it was announced on Thursday that Bill Chisholm, I think is still how you say it, Chisholm, from California, formerly of Georgetown, Mass, has set a record price to buy the Celtics, $6.1 billion. And, Wick is out there saying, I'm going to stay on for a couple of years. Celtics guys, this is great. He's a big fan. And then we got this weird statement from Steve Pagliuca after the sale went final. Obviously, Pagliuca has been on the ownership team from the beginning, since 2002 when they bought it, and has kind of been in the background. Wick has always been the guy. Wick's been the first one to hold the trophy and everything, but Pags has always been there. And I think a lot of Celtics fans were rooting for Pags to get the ownership bid. He and Rob Hale were putting together a team, and it always seemed like a long shot just because, the landscape of buying the NBA team in 2002 is a lot different than what it is in 2025. Obviously, there's not many people that can afford $6 billion to just throw out there and buy the Boston Celtics. And it looked like that was probably going to be a bit of a long shot for the Pagliuca Hale group, but not according to Pags. Because weirdly, right after the announcement was made of the sale, Pags took to social media, and he wasn't very happy about this sale going down. Puts out this long statement. I'm just going to paraphrase most of it, but just the parts where he talks about, he talks a lot about like the Celtics and Red Auerbach. But here's what Pagliuca says. Since the Grossbeck family announced it would sell the Boston Celtics almost 9 months ago, I have worked tirelessly to put together a strong bid centered around the great majority of existing owners of this team who understand and appreciate what it means to be the steward of the Celtics, championship tradition, blah, blah, blah. I recruited new partners with deep resources and expertise in technology and international markets to maximize the Celtics' success, to ensure we can always compete for championships. Luxury taxes be damned. Now, that's a really damning sentence at the end of that paragraph. We'll come back to it in a second. We made a fully guaranteed and financed offer at a record price, befitting the best sports fans in the world, and with all the capital coming from individuals who are fully committed to winning on and off the court. We had no debt or private equity money that would potentially hamstring our ability to compete in the future. We felt it was the best offer for the Celtics. It is a bid of true fans deeply connected to Boston's community, and we've been saddened to find out that we have not been selected in the process. Very interesting, right? The end of that, like Pagliuca feels like he was screwed here. Like there's no other way to go about this. And there were some small rumors of them kind of having a falling out towards the end. Obviously, I don't think Pagliuca wanted to sell the team. I don't think Wyc wanted to sell the team. Wyc's dad wanted to sell the team to get his affairs in order, just in case, he's on the back nine here and he doesn't want, the affairs tied up in the Boston Celtics. He'd rather just have cash, to give to his heirs and his family here. So Wyc probably doesn't want to sell the team, but certainly Pagliuca and Hale are like, I don't know. We got a good thing going here. I kind of like owning the Celtics and lifting the championship trophy. I kind of like that. And so now they're forced into the sale. I'm sure Wyc is telling them, yeah, you know what? You guys put a bid together. You're my guys. You're going to have first dibs here. As long as you can keep the money up with some of these big names, like I'll put in a good word. I'll work it out with my dad. We'll kind of give you the benefit of the doubt here. I'm sure that is what happened. And there were some rumors of icy tension between them the last couple of seasons. And you kind of, you see it, right? Like when the Celtics win a championship, they're giving the trophy to Wyc, which is a weird tradition to give it to the owner anyway. But they're giving it to Wyc Grousbeck. They're not calling Steve Pagliuca up there. In fact, I'm sure there are some casual Celtics fans who are hearing about this and saying, who the hell is Steve Pagliuca? Because you see Wyc and Wyc's chick. You don't see Pags. You don't hear about Pags. Pags isn't doing a press conference after the draft and the trade deadline. He's not the one, sticking up for Jaylen Brown in the face of that draft party where all the Celtics fans are booing. It's Wyc. And Wyc's announcing the sale of the team. And, Wyc is on the mic on banner night. It's not Pags. And so obviously there's got to be some sort of, I guess, inferiority complex. I mean, the guy has enough money to be a part owner of the Celtics as well. But, you have to feel like, you know what? We've been in the background too long. We want to continue to run the Celtics. I will put together a team, myself and Rob Hale, that's going to be able to do that. And the big red flag to Celtics fans, and maybe this is just a bitter guy throwing some smoke in there, but the huge red flag to Celtics fans is this. I recruited new partners with deep resources and expertise in technology and international markets to maximize Celtics success to ensure we can always compete for championships. Luxury taxes be damned. Because by Pag saying that in his statement, there is an implication there that this new group, that this Chisholm-led group is not going to pay the luxury tax, is going to be shitting their pants about the luxury tax that is coming down the pike here. This is a really good team, and it's really expensive. They are going to have luxury taxes in the next few years, and the only way to avoid luxury taxes is by breaking this whole thing up. And now that is going to be a massive fear for the Celtics fans. This guy, he comes in, he works in private equity, which, doesn't sound great from the beginning, but I avoided it yesterday during the announcement of the sale because he works for a private equity firm. It sounds like he is buying the Celtics, not necessarily a private equity firm. Because if that were the case, private equity, first thing they're going to do after paying $6 billion for something is they're going to cut costs. And that's the worst thing that a Celtic fan could hear. Because as I mentioned during the sale yesterday, it's like Celtics fans from an ownership standpoint have nothing to bitch about in my lifetime. Nothing. You know, they've obviously gone through a rebuild or two, and had some lean years at the beginning with this growth spec group, but they have spared no expense to make this a championship caliber team for a good portion of the time that they've owned the team. They have had continuity. They've had the right people in place. They've hired the right people when they've had to move on from the other ones. And they have not worried about that luxury tax since it's been in there. They have not worried about going right up to the cap, because a lot of teams do worry about that. But now your current owner's saying, we got screwed here. Oh, yeah, and this guy, by the way, luxury tax. Just saying, we don't care about the luxury tax. I don't know. Maybe he's just saying, I don't know what these guys care about the luxury tax. We don't care, though. Wick turned down a group that does not care about the luxury tax, that only cares about raising more banners and having more parades in the streets of Boston. That's what Wick turned down for this guy, $6.1 billion. Pagliuca also puts in there, we made a fully guaranteed and financed offer at a record price. So did Pagliuca actually have the highest bid here? Record price for what? Record price for the NBA? Record price for a sports franchise? Because if it's a record price for a sports franchise, that means they either pretty much equaled or exceeded the bid from Chisholm. Because 6.05 is the record price before the yesterday's reported price of 6.1. Or is it, 5.3, which is what I think it would be for an NBA franchise, or 4 point something, whatever it was that Ishbia paid for the Suns. Maybe it was $1 billion less. And in that case, even as the most ardent Celtics fans, it's tough to blame Wick for not taking that extra $1 billion, right? And Pagliuca also says at the end, he says, if the announced transaction does not end up being finalized, my partners and I are ready to check back into the game and bring it home to help continue what the Celtics do best, win. Again, just biting at the end there. Like, if this all goes to shit, we will be here. We will be here waiting in the wings, ready to give you the best possible deal. There's almost no chance that this deal does not go through. Almost no chance. The NBA, as long as you don't have like racist tweets in your past or have a huge criminal record, they're going to take $6.1 billion. They're going to be okay with that. This deal is going to clear, and Bill Chisholm is going to be the next owner of the Boston Celtics. And now, through whatever, it's not really Chisholm's fault, but because we don't know anything about him. But now, through the old owner, you are getting red flags about this sale. And I mean, Wick has to be pissed to see this. But it's really damning, I think, for Celtics fans that here's one of your co-owners here, part of a great ownership group for over 20 years, probably didn't want to sell in the first place, is now telling the fans right away, making a statement within an hour of the sale, saying, we had the bid. We had a record bid. We have people who don't have any debt, who don't care about the luxury taxes. It's literally like if your ex moves on and you're at the bar as she's meeting this guy and you don't know this guy at all. And you're just like, yeah, well, at least, just saying, if you were with me, you wouldn't have to worry about the child support payments or, my criminal record. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about my bad credit. Don't have bad credit. He just throws this thing out there and the guy's like, yeah, I don't have any of those things either. At least I'm not an alcoholic. It's like, yeah, I'm not either. They're just throwing this out about Chisholm, which I find very interesting. Because again, being a product and being a Celtics fan under this ownership group, like, it's not lost on me how lucky we have been over the years. And so when you lose that good thing, you do have to ask questions about this new owner, because the best case scenario was that you did continue on with two of the three owners there, with Pagliuca and Hale and whomever else they were going to bring in, that is going to run the team like it's been run to a championship level last year. That's a tough kind of bounce back to be like, oh, well, we don't know anything about this guy. I can't even find a picture on Google Images of this Bill Chisholm guy. And we're just hoping the fact that he was a Celtics fan growing up is going to mean that he's not going to care about the luxury tax and the new arena crap and all this. And then you got one of the owners saying, yeah, well, if you stuck with us, you wouldn't have to worry about the luxury tax. We don't care about the luxury tax. We don't have any debt. Then it's like, oh, God, what? What are we about to learn about Bill Chisholm in this deal? Speaking of Bill Simmons didn't like it. He had Mannix on the podcast Thursday night, kind of emergency episode. I think they brought up a good point, which I kind of hinted at yesterday. One last point on the sale. The whole Wick staying aboard thing for 3 years, I think they put an over-under on it on about a year and a half. That's about the way I think about it. If they make it past a full season, I think that's a win, I guess. That's a surprise, I guess, is what I'm really getting at. This whole, you're going to have the money, you're going to be the majority owner, but I'm going to stay on board as an owner, a CEO, and run this team. Like, on surface level, it's like, yeah, it's good to show the new owner the ropes. And I do believe that, here's how we're doing things. Here's how we got to this level and everything. And maybe that was a part of the deal that Pagliuca wasn't going to go with, maybe. But also, like, these are two really influential guys with a lot of money, no matter where that money came from. And one of them was a successful owner of the Celtics, and one of them wants to be the owner of the Celtics. That's not going to be like a, hey, working partnership for a couple of years. I'll just show you how this is done. Bill Chisholm, I really doubt it's going to work like that. Or at least not for the 3 years. It's not. And if they win a championship this year, maybe, I'm sorry, I should say like next year, I guess, when Chisholm's technically the owner and they win a championship and Wick's still there, Chisholm might say, you know what, this is a good place to ride off into the sunset here. Maybe this is a good way to just ride it out and be done with it. But you're not going to see 3 full years of Wick Krausbeck working as the CEO while Chisholm is the owner of this team. And we're going to find out more in the coming days, weeks, and months about what this guy's ambitions actually are. And I'm fascinated to hear it, because when you have a co-owner that's that pissed, as Pagliuca was yesterday, there's a lot of smoke. There's bound to be some fire. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Is this a red flag for the Boston Celtics and this new ownership group? Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. We are bringing you fresh Boston sports content every weekday, live on YouTube, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air every day. The Cam Show rolls on, because coming up, we're going to talk a little bit more about this sale, but actually what it means for the greater NBA and for another city across the country that is starving for an NBA team. This might have just been the break that they need. That's coming up next on The Cam Show.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today.
Unlock a world of convenience with Mullybox, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. Unlock your full potential with Onnit, your go-to for premium supplements, fitness gear, and wellness essentials. Whether you're training hard, recovering faster, or just looking to feel your best, Onnit has the tools you need to perform at your peak. Visit Onnit, that's ONNIT.com, and elevate your mind, body, and spirit today. At Rolls Rolla, we don't just sell wallpaper, we create cohesive, cozy spaces. Our deep understanding of design means every pattern, color, and texture is carefully chosen to complement your home. Plus, we use advanced technology and water-based inks for vibrant, eco-friendly prints, ensuring a healthier environment. Visit rollsrolla.com to transform your space today. That's ROLLSROLLA.com today.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
At Tusane's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusanes.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
Calling all Marvel fans, get Marvel Unlimited and unlock over 30,000 comics featuring your favorite heroes and iconic stories, all available to read anytime, anywhere. Whether you're into classic tales or the latest adventures, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Head to marvel.com/unlimited today and start your Marvel journey now. At Angel Bliss, we believe every parent's journey is a beautiful adventure. Our mission is to make it joyful and stress-free with thoughtful, safe, and innovative products. Born from a love for family, we promise peace of mind for parents and comfort for babies. From playtime to bedtime, every Angel Bliss product is designed with care, reliability, and a style to nurture the special bond between parent and child. Angel Bliss, creating happy memories, one baby at a time. Visit us at angelbliss.us. Angel Bliss.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God, he almost puts me to sleep when we come back after that Angel Bliss commercial. Anyway, it's the Cam Show on Rogue Media Sports Network. I'm Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air. We are live here on YouTube, just like we are every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then available wherever you get your podcasts. We've also got the segments from the show going out on YouTube as well. So if you don't have the full hour, no need. Okay? We've got them on this channel. Talking everything Boston sports. A lot of Celtics this week. Bruins, Patriots, of course, as we build up to the draft. Red Sox getting ready to go next week. Next Thursday is when they will be in Arlington to open the season. We're playing old Red Sox commercials from 2008 on the show. So, you get your fix. But we've been talking about the Celtics sale. The Celtics sale is still, it has a lot of questions to me that we just don't know anything about the guy, this Bill Chisholm guy. But what it does open up, weirdly enough, is a safety net, potentially, a hope and a prayer for Seattle. Seattle has been battling for years to get the NBA back in their city after the Sonics left in 2008. And now the Celtics selling for $6.1 billion to Bill Chisholm could actually be the kind of life raft that they need. So Seattle's obviously had a hockey team for a couple of years now with the Kraken. They play at Climate Pledge Arena, which could be a multi-use arena. They're using it for basketball this weekend for the NCAA tournament. And they've been pushing to put a team in that arena the last couple of years. So their owner, Samantha Holloway, her father had a minority interest in the Celtics, David Bonderman. But now this sale would divest the Bonderman family. So they don't have the NBA ownership stakes, so they can go and own another NBA team. So now it offers up an opportunity for the Kraken owner, who already has the building and a franchise in Seattle, to go out and buy an expansion franchise, which $6.1 billion for the Celtics. That could, now the estimations are costing about $5 billion or more to go out and get a expansion franchise. It's coming from the Seattle Times, by the way, but that opens the door. Now you can, it makes a ton of sense for the Kraken owners who already, own the arena, to have another big time tenant in there, to go out and get an NBA expansion team. Whether the NBA is going to go back to Seattle as an expansion franchise, who knows? I don't know what other city is hot for them to go to. Nashville, like it is for baseball, is probably not going to happen because they have a team in Memphis. Unless you're expanded to Canada, which is a bad place to go right now in terms of the Canadian dollar and dealing with U.S. dollars, it's a pain in the ass. You would have to really think about Seattle. And by the way, hockey works in Seattle. Like they punch that place out every night, and they're a bad team. They're picking in the lottery, right? So that hockey works there. Basketball did work there at one time. I don't think there's any reason why it can't work there again. And so weirdly, this deal of Bill Chisholm buying the Celtics is opening doors for basketball to come back to Seattle. I know that gets my producer Zach fired up. He likes the Sonics. He likes Gary Payton, the glove, Sean Kemp. I think everyone of his era has to like Sean Kemp. And everyone of my era has to have a Sean Kemp jersey to wear to a darty in their college years. I didn't. Because I just thought it was a bit overdone. But Seattle basketball could be coming back. You're that Seattle, 3,000 miles away from the Celtics sale, could actually get you what you want. By the way, you could basically drive from Seattle to Boston on the same road, I-90, which is weird. But it's not as weird as the Celtics sale. Like, at the end of the day, it is odd. Like, not that Wick Grousbeck was necessarily a household name or anything, but that at this day and age where you need billions of dollars to own a professional sports franchise, and a very historic one, a very iconic one at that, in the Boston Celtics, it's very weird that we don't know anything about this guy, really. Symphony Technology, private equity, Georgetown, Mass native, and Wick says he's a diehard Celtics fan. He said he was a diehard Celtics fan. He says, I watch every game. If I'm not going to him, I'm watching him and everything. So that's about it. That's all we know about him. Everyone else that was in the running, we knew about them. It was either the people who are already part of the ownership group, or it was, people who own other teams, Jeffrey Lurie of the Eagles, the guy who was the minority owner in the Phillies. There was the Friedkin group that owns a couple of soccer teams. And I understand not wanting guys who own other teams. Like, I absolutely get that. That was the FSG thing for me. Like we had seen what they're like owning other teams and don't like it. But in terms of, Jeffrey Lurie, for example, who does own another team, it's like, yeah, he does, but they're pretty successful and he's willing to cough up money. And look what it's done with the Eagles. They just won the Super Bowl, so there's a little bit of like, yeah, I'm willing to let that go here. But then again, FSG was the same thing before they started buying up other franchises, right? They had a dynastic baseball team that hadn't won anything in 100 years before they got there. So yeah, maybe it's a little bit different there. maybe you need to take it with a grain of salt. But instead, they went out and they got a guy who does not own another team, hasn't been looking to buy another team. Bezos was another one that was rumored for the Celtics, and he had been looking to buy an NFL team. So you didn't know how eager he was to go and get another franchise on top of the Celtics. But it's just odd that in 2025, with how much money needs to be put up, we hear one name. Obviously, he's got some investment groups in there, but we hear one name, not a group, one name, Bill Chisholm, and he's going to put up $6.1 billion, and we don't really know anything about him. We don't know about the skeletons buried in the closet. We don't know what the family's like. We don't know even what this private equity firm is, because nobody knows private equity. It's not like owning a technology company or something. So it's weird. But Bill Chisholm might be the guy that brings basketball back to Seattle, because who knows, if Pagliuca had gotten the bid, Bonderman might have been part of that deal still, because he's a minority, owner right now. So he might have been part of that group. In fact, good chances are, chances are that he was a part of that group. And so if Pagliuca had won the deal, maybe there's a backwoods deal here behind closed doors. The NBA saying, Wick, you should really sell it to Chisholm, because that way we can get a team back in Seattle. We can expand this league, because the NHL has a little bit of momentum right now. Maybe is that my next great NBA conspiracy theory? That the NBA has told Wyc Grousbeck to not take the Pagliuca deal because of the Bonderman involvement, and they say, take this Chisholm deal. Trust me, it's gonna fly. He's clean as a whistle, and look, he's a Celtics fan. Just what you want, and he'll pay a little bit more than Pagliuca will. And then we'll get that door open for Seattle basketball expansion in the NBA. Maybe, because the NHL has more teams right now, and it's worked in Seattle. Who knows, man? The NBA loves a good, backdoor deal to get the wheels moving in a big market. They love that. They love that. So maybe, just maybe, that's what they figured out here. And maybe the NBA and the Boston Celtics ownership group has been lying to you this whole time. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe on the channel. We're bringing you nothing but Boston sports content 5 days a week, live on YouTube at high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts, the segments going out on YouTube as well. I'm Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air every weekday. If the Celtics were lying to you in that, the Patriots are definitely lying to you right now. And we're going to tell you why. Coming up next on The Cam Show.
Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At 25 Home, our ultimate goal is to provide you with a transformative experience, making each day feel like it has an extra hour. We believe your home is more than just a space, it's a sanctuary where comfort, relaxation, and happiness thrive. Discover the difference at 25 Home today. Shop now at 25home.com.
I need to get real excited.
Sure.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Sheridan Vasquez. And this is Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions. And I will be interviewing some of your favorite musicians and maybe some you've never heard before. Join me on Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions for something new every time. You can find Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemediamusic.com. Yeehaw. And keep the music playing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. Turn your passion into profit? With Blogify, creating a blog has never been easier. Build, customize, and grow your site with powerful tools designed for beginners and pros alike. Start sharing your story today and watch your audience grow with Blogify. Visit blogify.ai today for a free 3-day trial. That's Blogify, Blogify.ai today. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com. That's CLEAN email.com. Stay connected no matter where you are with eSIM-X. Say goodbye to expensive roaming charges and physical SIM cards. With access to over 200 global carriers, we make mobile connectivity seamless and affordable for travelers worldwide. Join the future of communication today at esimx.com. That's ESIMX.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Easy Sun has been living fearlessly under the sun since 2016. Born from sailors' need for convenient sun protection, our mineral sunscreen is crafted with natural ingredients offering broad spectrum protection against UVA and UVB rays. Safe for your skin and the environment, stay protected on the go with Easy Sun, your ultimate sun care solution. Visit EasySun.com today. That's EEZYSUN.com.
Got big news here on the Cam Show, which is live here on YouTube as we are every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Cam Stewart, Zach Burke, my good friends, keeping us on the air right now. So I follow this Facebook group, Vintage Baseball Photos, and they do shit like this all the time. It's a picture of Cy Young's last home. At first I thought it said childhood home. His last home in Paoli, Ohio. And it looks like this beautiful, farmhouse. It's right on this idyllic country road, all green, beautiful blue sky in the picture. And it says, it has been acquired by the Amish and is used for livestock. Okay. And then someone comments and goes, at least it's being used for something important. And someone comments back, that's not important. It should be a museum. What's more important, really? A museum to Cy Young or like these Amish people surviving, living, the livestock is like their lifeblood, but okay. I just think that's very funny. Acquired by the Amish. The Amish have bought it and signed a long-term contract with Cy Young's last home in Paoli, Ohio. That's what it should be used for, man. Cy Young is okay, all right? He's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's okay, all right? And it wasn't even the place he was born. It was just his last house. Anyway, it is the Cam Show, Rogue Media Sports Network. We've talked a lot about the Celtics sale and how they could be lying to you. Well, the Patriots, they might be doing a little bit of the same. Thursday, the Patriots had Stephon Diggs in the facility, which I found very interesting because earlier this week, I heard from Tommy Curran that the Patriots were wary about what kind of demanding personalities they brought in at wide receiver. And now they're bringing in Stephon Diggs for a tour. Now that gets Patriots fans fired up just for a little bit. And then Burt Breer says, no, this was just a get-to-know-you meeting. They'll talk, but this was just a get-to-know-you meeting. But back to what Tommy Curran said. The Patriots were feeding him this information of, hey, we haven't gotten a big-time receiver yet because we're just wary about what kind of personality is getting in the huddle with Drake May. We don't want a receiver who's too demanding. Really? Because a couple days later, you don't seem to care about that. Stephon Diggs is in the building. Stephon Diggs, who a great receiver, by the way, and one that I would probably take on the Patriots, is the one who also kind of ran himself out of town in Buffalo because he had a falling out with their star quarterback, Josh Allen. And he left and Josh Allen got better. But like that's not in the distant past here. That was the year before last. That was 2023. He did that. And this is days after you were saying we don't want a demanding receiver in the huddle for Drake May. That's bullshit. You're lying to us, which I said at the beginning. They're lying to us. They don't care about that. That's just an excuse to not throw out the money for premium wide receivers. And that's the company line they're giving you. And it's after T. Higgins gets signed to a long-term extension with the Bengals that they say that. And now, days later, they're bringing in Stephon Diggs. And so what's the company line going to be if you sign him? Well, he can't be too demanding because he's only going to play half the year. Oh, that's good. So it's such bullshit. They're lying to you to cover their ass for not going out and getting big receivers. And look, I've defended them to some degree in this search. Like Chris Godwin, if the rumors are true that they were offering $20 million more dollars, which I think all of us can see, they know they have to pay the suck tax a little bit. But like if that's the truth, then you can't hold the guy at gunpoint to come and play for the New England Patriots. It just happens like that. You offered a huge deal to him. He took less money to stay in Tampa. But then don't go turn around and tell me that you haven't gotten anybody to help out Drake May because, we wanted to be comfortable. Because as I said at the time, I don't think Drake May even believes that. Drake May's like, no, I'm okay. Bring in somebody that's demanding. If he's good and get open on third down and we'll catch the football, have Yak make good plays for us, bring him in. Please bring him in. And now their answer might be Stephon Diggs, which, again, had a falling out with an MVP quarterback 2 years ago, not that long ago. And, oh, by the way, was having a pretty productive season for Houston last year before he got hurt. But CJ Stroud was not the same quarterback last year as he was as a rookie. I think everyone would have told you that, or I guess first 2 years. What was his rookie year? 23? I think 23 was his rookie year, right? And Stephon Diggs had a pretty good game against the Patriots this past year in Drake May's debut. He always killed the Patriots, so maybe they just love him. Maybe Kraft just loves him. But, oh, yeah, he was hurt last year. He blew out his ACL last year in week 8 as a 31-year-old. He blew out his knee. He was on pace for 1,000 yards again, which he has done every year of his career since 2018. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver and has always been a big play number one guy. But you talk about Stephon Diggs, you'd obviously get him on the cheap, right? I mean, couldn't be more than a couple of million, right? I mean, the Texans just voided his contract. He's hurt. He's not going to play for half the season. But when he does come in, he is going to be the number one receiver. I mean, maybe if you draft Travis Hunter and he takes off at the beginning of the season, but Stephon Diggs, if you want to avoid the bullshit of his falling out with Josh Allen, if you want to avoid that again and downplay the injury, he needs to be not the number one receiver. But if he comes to New England, no matter how banged up he is, no matter how long it is before he plays, he will be the number one receiver. And Burt Breer said this about him yesterday. I call it the Wilt Chamberlain effect. That Stephon Diggs has is this mentality of maybe he is a team guy, but what he thinks is best for the team is get me the ball as much as possible. Me getting the ball as much as possible and doing as much as I can with it is going to be the best thing for the team. It's the same thing that Wilt Chamberlain went through in his career. My biggest help to the team is scoring as many points as possible. It was incorrect. And it probably is incorrect for Stephon Diggs as well, as evidenced by the fact that he's never made a Super Bowl with some pretty good teams. But that's the mentality he comes in with. And yet they're like, yeah, but he's cheaper. We don't want a demanding receiver for Drake May. And this guy is very demanding, as we've seen throughout his whole career. But he's cheap. So we'll be willing to do that. This is why the Patriots are lying to your face. And again, I said it at the time when they put out this report through Tommy Curran. I'm like, do you really fucking expect us to believe that? You really expect us to believe that? That you're trying to get some good guy receivers in here? There's no such thing. It's an oxymoron, dude. There's no such thing as a non-demanding wide receiver. Not one. They make their money off catching the football. You find me a receiver that's not demanding, and I'll find you a scrub. I'll find you a stiff. So it's all bullshit. And again, I don't know why they need to do it. They could just hide behind the fact of like, look, we wanted Chris Godwin. He didn't take our offer. We offered him $20 million more than the Bucs did. They didn't want it. And I think a lot of Patriots fans would be like, yeah, well, what are you going to do? But instead, they try to tell you this company line, and then they're going to go out and try and get Stephon Diggs. I don't buy it, man. And I don't know if Stephon Diggs is going to give you any good football this year. And by the way, this is way down their list of guys they're interested in. You know, this is like when the Red Sox hired Bobby Valentine. Like, he wasn't like a top 6 or 7 guy on their list. This is Stephon Diggs. This is the territory that we're in right now. They would have much rather had Cooper Kupp than Stephon Diggs. But this is the bottom of the barrel. This is what you got to do until you can develop a receiver. This is what you're going to have to deal with. And you're not going to trade 2 first-round picks for a guy like T. Higgins, and now that deal's off the board. So this is what you're going to have to deal with until you can develop your own guys, which you haven't been able to do in ever. So at that position, it's been a long, long time since Deion Branch. And even him, I mean, he and Troy Brown, nice guys, nice players, definitely underrated players, but not big-time A1 X-target receivers. And that's your next step if you're the Patriots. I don't think there's any doubt about that is your next step. But Stephon Diggs, that's not the answer. The only answer I get from Stephon Diggs is the one that we were asking the question about with the Tommy Curran report, and that is, what do you expect us to believe? The answer is, we expect you to believe anything, because now we're going to go after Stephon Diggs. No one's going to bat an eye, because you know what? It's a player that you know. It's a player that you remember. It's a player that is a all-pro that carved apart the Patriots forever. And so if the fans know who he is, they're not going to mind our bullshit. They're going to forget that Tommy Curran report, and he's going to sell jerseys, and he's going to put he's going to be a guy who can put on posters and have him out there on crutches in training camp signing autographs. And it's all going to be good again, because and no matter how bad it is the first couple weeks of the season, offense scoring 9 points a game, the first 6 weeks, they'll say, well, wait till Stephon Diggs comes back. What a connection that's going to be. Drake May's already thrown 2 touchdown passes to Kayshon Boutte. Imagine what he could do with Stephon Diggs. And we'll just keep doing this. We'll just keep doing this thing. Just keep this PR machine going. And they won't actually go out and get a big-time receiver. They're lying to you. The New England Patriots are lying to you, their fans, as they've done the last couple of years here. They're doing it again at the wide receiver position. They don't care about a demanding receiver, or they shouldn't care about a demanding receiver. They only care about it when they're cheap. And that's what Stephon Diggs is. He's cheap. So should the Patriots sign Stephon Diggs? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. You can ring that notification bell to get notified every time we're going live on YouTube. Hint, it's every weekday at high noon Eastern time, talking nothing but Boston sports. Available on YouTube and then wherever you get your podcast. So check out the page, subscribe to it, find the segments, and we will see you after a nice weekend. We will see you Monday on a little show we like to call The Cam Show.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hinomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit internx.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Tusains, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.